Alright, we back. It's the Learn As You Grow podcast. It's your boy M.I. Corleone. And as promised, we're going to talk about this situation that's unfolding. First of all, shout out to Ukraine for holding it down and, standing their ground, as a whole, one of the top 5 world powers are coming into your backyard, and the people that stayed behind, you could have left, and you stayed and you're holding your ground. I respect it. Now let's check it. Alright. Now let me turn it back and forth. Alright, now what would happen if somebody invaded us right now? If somebody pulled up on the seas of New Jersey and started spraying things up and took the casinos down, bang, hurried up, took over the Atlantic City airport. That's why they don't have the airport too close to the beach. And take over the Atlantic City airport. Bang, now they got an airport, and now they're running around. They got these tanks and all that. And just imagine if that was here. Alright. Yeah, everybody's gonna say, nah, we got some big shit. Who's we? We as in who? Who's we? I just don't know who's people talking about as far as we. Are you talking about me and you? You talking about, because it's always they or we and these things, but who are we talking about? It's always people got these narratives and these things to do. Who are we talking about? And it gets crazy because people really think that somebody else is going to put their life on the line to save you. Now, if that happens, that's fine and dandy, right? But the stuff that I'm saying that's going on over there, we ain't ready for that. We are not ready for that. Imagine they pull up. Imagine, all right, you seen how in Ukraine they were giving out big Ks. Everybody was getting a K from the AK. That's a gun. If you don't know, everybody was at the corner store getting their Ks and getting strapped up, getting ready. If that happened here, just imagine that happening in Philadelphia or New York City. New York, I think, is more well equipped for a situation like that. But just imagine it. Shout out to all my Ukrainian hip hop folks though, nah, for real. My man Lil Toe. I know, people probably, the name is kind of funny in English, but he's the hottest. He's one of the hottest out there, and they got the whole Russian, Ukrainian drill scene too. Hip hop just exploded everywhere. So shout out to them. Lil Toe, he got millions and millions of views. 8 months, 2.8 million views on his channel. In his videos, he stays with a burner, with a couple burners. In this video, he got a bag of burners. And, but back to what I was saying. Alright, so they pull up, they start taking stuff over and they start giving out Ks on Kensington because they're about to hit Philly. They're about to try to take over Philly. And this happened, so this ain't like it never happened. The Brits actually did this. Was there? I don't know when the Revolutionary War, whatever it was, happened. But this happened when, the White House used to be in Philadelphia, and they came and they burned it down and all that. So it's not too far-fetched from something that can happen. Now, the way I see it, it's a whole big picture. First of all, they're dividing everybody. I look at the men these days, and even the youngin, and I just think they ain't ready to go to war. What? You sending folks out to Russia? Right now, it's their summertime. The way they're dressed up and all, this is their summertime. This is their good weather. You feel me? But yeah, it's just like I don't even know how to put a clutch on it, because I can't see that happening. I can see people just selling it, getting a K to sell it, and they ain't shooting nobody. Anybody comes up, because I always thought about that since a little kid, like where we go. You know what I mean? Probably the highest spots would be like the churches and all that. Everybody would probably congregate there. I always wondered why churches were built the way they were built, where they always just kind of look like castles. I remember my nephew, when my nephew Tommy, when I was babysitting him, and it was his first time in Philly, and he was seeing all the churches, and he was like, castles, and T, because there was a cross on the top, so he thought it was a lowercase t. But anyway, and I always thought the same thing, like them Jones are built like little fortresses, like it's gonna be hard to get in them, especially if you got the whole congregation around it. So I always kind of thought that, like, where would people go if this was to happen here? Because I don't think it's too far-fetched. I don't want it to happen. I pray that it does not happen. But I don't think it's too far-fetched. See, I believe, and I'm gonna put it all out on the line, man, because I'm not scared. A lot of people are scared to just tell their opinions, and it's getting crazier and crazier. All right. First of all, the black man always talks about how they feminize the black man and all that. Well, before they feminize the black man, they feminize the white man. Let's paint that picture loud and clear. Before they feminize the black man, they feminize the white man. And I'm talking about as far as, all right, you say they give them a little bit of wealth. All right, they give them a little bit of wealth. Now you got these fat judges, that aren't worth nothing at all when it comes to, this situation. You got people like that who are high-ranking officials, but would never be able to be on the front line, so they don't even know what they're talking about when they're guarding people from and telling people what to do on the front line. So, let's get that understood. Who's going to be at the top of the chain? Like, I know that my block is sticking together. I can already see that happening. My block's sticking together, and I'm sure you can see your block sticking together. But when them tanks and all start coming through, and in Ukraine, they're not really trying to hurt the civilians. That's why I feel like What are we doing over there? That's the real question. I mean, not what are we doing over there. Why are we showing so much of this on our television? I understand it's a big thing that's happening in the world. But we got to understand that this just happened. Not even 10 years ago, the Crimea. This is USSR land. Why are we fighting anybody else's battles? Most of these people know each other. It's like if right now, if 20 years ago, when Katrina happened and everybody got displaced out of New Orleans, that's like us trying to get the land back and them saying like, nah, we started our own stuff. Like, yeah, little bro, okay. Yeah, you got these big boys behind you, so you think that's what you're gonna do? All right, little bro, we'll be back. We'll catch you on the comeback. 20 years later now, they all know each other. This is what you gotta understand, like, they're family. Like I just told you, as far as the Ukrainian and Russian hip-hop scene, they have their own drill scene out there where they diss each other and all. Like, it's not like it's, it'll be like the U.S. versus Mexico. It'll be like, this is more like the U.S. versus Canada type stuff. And, but Canada's backed by the, by the Royals and all that. But anyway, this is kind of what I see. I see, when I see stuff like this on the news 24 hours a day, I start to think, what's really going on? Like, what's really going on? Like, I know R.I.P. Kobe. I know when he passed and the media coverage was 24 hours on him, that's when COVID was spreading like wildfire. He passed January 26th. I know because I went to the game when the Lakers played in Philadelphia and LeBron passed Kobe on the scoring title, on the scoring all-time scorer list. I'm sorry, and my fault. But when he passed him on the scoring list, and not even 9 hours later, my pop, who I went to the game with, my father, called me and was like, "Yo, did you hear the news?" "What news?" "No, I just woke up. Kobe passed." "What? Kobe passed? What?" This. And that took up all the stations, and all the journalists were over there worried about that. But there was this thing going on called coronavirus at that time. And then I ain't even really got to explain all that. But the way I see it, 20 years from now, we're going to be looking at this whole COVID situation the same way that we look at the Twin Towers situation right now. A lot of people are iffy about that whole situation. Because when you give the rundown of the rundown, it don't look good on their part at all. And I'm talking about the United States government. And I'm not against the government. I love the USA. My people immigrated from Ireland here in 1893. Joined the service right away, just to get a cot and something to eat, and just try to make their way into this land, because we got ran out of Ireland by the British people. So this is that whole NATO. This is them, and now it's just like we're a part of them, because two bullies join up. You got the whole school. So it's simple. At the end of the day, now you're gonna cut them off, and